All right. Good evening, Wildcat fans. Welcome to Eagan Civic Center. It's your Wildcats' first game back since their silver medal finish up in Breezy Point. Taking on a tough Woodbury team that we lost to 10-7 earlier in the year, first game of the year. So hoping for some revenge here tonight. All right, there's the face-off, won by Eagan. We'll go D to Schroeder. Schroeder looks up, tries to get the pass up to Hank. He'll tip it into the zone and go chase. You've got your Kurtzy, Miller, and Barcelona line out there to start with the deep pairing of Weigel and Schroeder. Weigel will send it in, bouncing toward the net, almost finds Kurtzy's stick, but bounces right over. Schroeder tries to pinch in. Weigel will cover for him nicely. She'll get it, try to regain control. Woodbury, who's this? We got number 34 for Woodbury, doing a good job stick handling. Just throws it to the center of the ice, taken over there by Weigel. She'll circle back. Look for Barcelona. Barcelona has it. Gets knocked off that puck, and Woodbury will get called for offsides. All right, well, you got the B team here tonight. We're going to let Bill watch the game with his lovely wife, Adrian. So if I mess up, send all complaints to bill.todd@iloveannouncing.com. All right, Eagan wins the faceoff. Meyer on the breakaway goes hard shot, looking for that rebound. Nobody there in front of the net. Pecor finds it, circles back, gets it in deep. He'll give chase. Meyer back down there behind the net as well. His centering pass gets deflected. Woodbury will turn and look to go the other way. Meyer does a good job keeping that puck in. Sends another shot low off the pads. Again, no rebound there. Meyer doing a great job fighting underneath there tonight. All right, looks like we've got Meyer, Pecor, and Todd out there with Grovold and Solberg as your D pair. Woodbury comes up the side. Joey gets it with a great centering pass over to Will. Will take it 1-on-3, gets that poked away, and here comes Woodbury the other way. They don't have numbers as they were getting a change behind there. There's Dushinsky. He gets it, puts it off the boards, trying to get it up to Farley. Farley will give chase. Little stick check there, and he will get called for a trip. Yeah, Farley went chasing down in there. Looked to just throw his stick out there to knock it off the guy's, knock the puck off the guy's stick, and unfortunately got caught up in his legs. Guy went down. Ref standing right there, so we'll spend a minute and a half in the box, or a minute in the box. All right. So Woodbury's on the power play. Egan's looking to kill this thing off. We've got, let's see, what do we got out there? We got Caden and Otto, and then we've got Weigel and Schroeder as their D pair. Shot from the point, pretty clear pass to Dixon. Easy save for him, swallows it up. All right, 53 seconds left on the power play. Woodbury's got Egan's got the shots advantage, 3-1. Flat bomb gets deflected wide right. Otto's on it. He's got some steam. He'll decide to just chip it out of the zone. Forcia's got it. He gives chase. Pressure. Woodbury sums it up. They'll look to break out. That pass intercepted by Schroeder. He'll get it in deep, and he's going to pick up his own tripping penalty. Very nice. All right. So the penalties are even at 1 apiece. Egan's we're gonna see some 4-on-4 action for the next 26 seconds before Egan goes on the power play for another 34 seconds. So Coach Dixon will get a line change here. That'll bring out the Kurtzy line. So Lou centering Rowan and Hank, and you've got Norberg as your lone defenseman. Kurtz wins that back to Miller. Can't keep it in. Woodbury taps it in deep. Norberg giving chase. Jeez Louise. See, that's why you don't bring the JV team. Get tongue-tied. All right, Woodbury circling back, looking to break out. Get a good centering pass up the middle. Miller's stick does not deflect. Maurer had a wide open, had a lot of ice to the net, decides to pass it off to the left. Kid takes a nice wrister, and Dixon's there for the save. So we'll get a change behind that. Soren Norberg will go off, and that will bring on, let's see, Weigel and Schroeder, as well as Meyer, Todd, and Keyboard. All right, Eagan full strength, power play next 31 seconds. Oliver wins that battle, back to Weigel. Weigel chips it up. Pico's got it. He's got some steam coming down the left-hand side. He chips and chases. Woodbury beats him there to the puck. Myers on the other side. He gets there. Woodbury tries to put on the brakes, but loses the puck in doing so. Sends it up the boards, but Weigel is there to intercept. And Woodbury has it in center ice. Toe drag. Weigel comes over, knocks that out. Schroeder with a great job picking up his deep pair. He chips that out. P4 gets taken down, no call. And there's Joey. Nice little move through the zone, but gets taken away by Woodbury. Weigel there again, looking to chip it out. Can't do so. And Woodbury will send it back in deep. Schroeder has it. A little bit of pressure there. Gets it up to Meyer. Meyer will be content just to get it out of the zone and regroup. And here comes Woodbury the other way. They do a really good job on the regroups. I'll tell you what, breaking out and regrouping, Woodbury's doing a really nice job here tonight. All right. Eagan gets a fresh 5 on the, oh, sorry, not a fresh 5, fresh 4 on the ice. Oh, Meyer and Farley, Meyer backhand. Oh, just over the net. Puck squirts free. Farley's content just to send it deep down into the opposite corner. Duszynski giving chase. Applying a lot of pressure on the forecheck. There's Forcia, fresh off the bench. Nice fresh set of legs. Brovold's going to carry from his deep position. Shoots. Oh, deflected wide right. So you got Farley, Forcia, Brovold, Soren, and Duszynski out there. All right. Woodbury will regroup. They lose it right out in front of the net. Dangerous position there. Brovold with some nifty stick handling. Gets around that guy, sends it in deep, and Farley and Forcia will give chase. Good F1, F2. Good strong stick there by Norberg. He'll send it in deep, looking for a deflection. Doesn't get it. Brovold pinches. And, oh, icing call. Or offsides call. All right, folks, 6:28 left in the first period. Scoreless. Shots now in favor of Eagan, 6-2. All right. Kurtz with the face-off. He'll win that. Back to Schroeder. Woodbury will give chase. Gets it over to Rowan. Rowan will chip it up just past the red line. Kurtz is giving chase. Hunting. Does a good job on that forecheck. Rowan does a good job trying to keep it in for just a moment before Woodbury comes away with it. We'll send it across ice to their other deep pair. And Hank pokes that away. Now it's him one-on-one. He lets one go just wide left in the net. Deflection comes right back in front of the net, and Eagan can't corral it. Woodbury tried to go across ice pass. Weigel gets back. Does a really nice job hustling and getting back and cutting off that angle to number 11. She'll get it up, looking for somebody. Doesn't get it there. That guy looks to go backhand. Gets ultimately to another guy's forehand. He puts a nice shot on goal. Wraparound attempt goes wide. Woodbury with some really good pressure here with 5 minutes to go in the first period. Schroeder comes away with it, looks to chip it. Now he's just going to take it himself. He's got Miller streaking down the left-hand side, but puts it just out in front of his stick. But there will be no icing. So Schroeder's just going to keep continuing to pinch from his deep position, giving chase, and we get a fresh set of skaters here. So now we've got, let's see, Picor, Todd, Meyer out there with Norberg and Brovold. Meyer again giving chase, good pressure there. Woodbury comes away with it for a second before Meyer takes it away. Some nifty toe dragging there to try and give himself some space, but ultimately taken away and brought out to center ice by Brovold. He's looking to go to his D partner, but finds Meyer. Meyer's coming down, streaking the left-hand side. Drops it off to Todd. Oh, that could have been a hook. All right. Bobo pinches in, keeps it in. Very nice. Meyer's pass to Pecor goes wide. Meyer gets to his forehand, snaps one off. Blocked away. Pecor was there. Thought he had a shot on goal, but ultimately winds up behind the net. And Woodbury is content with just slinging it down ice for an icing call. And this face-off will come back to the left of the Woodbury goal. So 4:08 left here in the first period. Eagan and Woodbury still at a standstill, 0-0. Shots on goal now 8-2 Eagan. All right. All right, we got Farley centering Forcia and Dushinsky. And Bovold and Norberg are your D pair. Farley, good job keeping it in, reverses direction. Loses control for a second, but does a nice job staying on that puck from his knees. Woodbury coming up the left-hand side, tries to chip it out. Do so. So on a good chase. Backhand up to Forcia. Forcia chips it out, and here comes Farley on a breakaway. Shot. Oh. Goes off his stick to the left-hand side at the last second. Can't get a shot off. Farley's got it in deep, centering to Dushinsky. Just couldn't get there. Great idea. Had Dushinsky streaking to that slot, but he wasn't looking. And so that comes out to your D pair. Goebel does a really good job of getting it back in deep, and Dushinsky and Farley grow on the forecheck. Woodbury comes away with it, and they'll sling it around the side. Weigel does a great job pinching and stepping up and getting it back in, but Woodbury ultimately comes away with it, and now they've got a odd man rush. Short a great angle, leaving that Woodbury guy with just a weak backhand pass across the middle. Regain control, put one on net. Ultimately comes out to center ice. They'll regroup to avoid icing. Kurt's line is now out there with Weigel and Schroeder. Weigel doing a good job holding it, pinching it down in the corner. Woodbury ultimately comes away with it. Tries to get a shot off, deflected wide on the side of the net, and here comes Weigel the other way. Left hand on her stick, now gets both hands on that stick, and she is going the distance here. She takes it down into the corner, ultimately slings it back out front, but nobody there. And now here comes Woodbury on a one-on-one. Barcenella's going to have to angle. He gets taken out of the play. Wow. That kid had Barcenella on skates, all sorts of turnaround, and ultimately Lou did a really good job hustling and staying on the back check, and Nate, of course, with the great save. All right, that'll bring out the P4 line. P4 centering Meyer and Todd, and you'll have Bovold and Norberg as your D pair. All right, Meyer gets it up. Todd has it off to the side. He'll chip it into the zone, and Meyer will give chase. Here comes the puck off the sideboard. Rovo pinches in, tries to get that. Meyer with a good body. One man's opinion, I disagree with that call. That's a big kid penalty. He was riding that guy along the boards. Kid went there. Ref saw it differently. I don't know if she called him for checking or roughing, but either way, it's a minute in the box. All right, Eagan will go try and kill this one off. That'll bring out, let's see, we'll have Farley take the face off with Kuczynski over to his, let's see here. Hang on. Oh, okay. We got Farley and Forcia out there with Rovold and Kuczynski as your. Looks like icing is going to get called off. Farley giving chase. Great pressure on the forecheck there. Here comes Dushinsky. Equal pressure. Woodbury trying to break out, but had no numbers, 0 numbers. Global does a great job of chipping it out, and Eagan is content to stay at their red line and just wait this one out. All right, Woodbury chips it up, looking for a pass, centering, deflected away. Here they come back again. Woodbury does a good job staying on side. Woodbury out to the point. D will take a shot. That's blocked by Farley. Looks like he took one off the wrist with hand, so he's going to skate off immediately. That'll bring on Kurtz. Pass comes right out to Kurtz, right off the bench. Here comes Kurtz, and there's a change behind him. So he'll go 1-on-3 right now, see what he can do and try and. Penalty is off. Eagan back at full strength. So now you've got Kurtz, Barcinella, and Meyer still out there. Puck at Barcinella's feet. Couldn't do much with that. Oh. Puck found its way to Miller's stick, and he took a shot. Just couldn't get everything on that one. So decent save by the goalie. Rowan makes a move from his backhand to his forehand, flings it at the net, goes wide right. Meyer does a great job covering for his D. He dumps it in deep, and that'll bring the first period to a close. At the end of one, it's Eagan 0, Woodbury 0. Shots on goal favor Eagan 10-0. All right, welcome back. Here we go. Start of the second period. Score knotted at 0. We're going to start the period with the P-Core lines, centering Todd and Meyer, with Weigel and Schroeder as your D pair. P-Core wins that over to Todd. Todd sends it back to Weigel. Weigel tries to chip it up to Todd, but that gets intercepted. Woodbury streaking in. Had a decent attempt on goal there. Dixon standing tall. I think he's shouting a couple of words of encouragement to the team, saying, please don't do that again. Meyer, great job on the forecheck, pressuring, loses an edge. Woodbury coming the other way. They'll send it up through the zone, but Schroeder is there to intercept. Great positioning by him. Tries to send it up ice to Meyer. That gets tipped by Woodbury, but finds its way to Meyer's stick. Going to make a move, go backhand. Ooh. Great move there. Great move. Great little beak. I thought that thing snuck through the 5-hole. All right. After 39 seconds, we'll bring out a fresh pair of skaters, or a fresh set of skaters, I should say. So we'll have the Farley line. So Jackson centering Otto and Caden, with Rogold and Norberg as your defense. Farley wins that to himself. Trying to hold it in, but can't do so. Woodbury uses the ref as a. All right. Woodbury comes down the right-hand side, sends one on goal wide. Soren steps up from his deep position to try and knock that away. Tries to get it out to center ice, but just through the legs of Caden, and he'll give chase on the forecheck. Caden and Buczynski back. Up through. Norberg pinches from his deep position. He'll carry. He'll send one across the crease there, looking for Caden streaking, but couldn't connect. All right, puck comes out. Soren wearing that big old C on his chest, captaining the Cats tonight. Which is probably a good idea after a long tournament. Give that C to a kid who's got some grit and speed. All right, Woodbury with some speed coming through the zone. They'll send one weak on net. That'll deflect just to the left of Dixon. Rovold there. Good body with his guy. Caden, stick check. Good body by Farley, and he will try and get it out. Caden forces that thing out, stays on it, chips it up, and now he'll give chase again. Oh, he'll get a change behind that. So it looks like we got Kurtz, Barcelona, and Miller out there with Grovold and Norberg. Woodbury doing a good job of staying on ice while that kid stick handles at the center of the blue line. And we will have a penalty on said kid for roughing. Probably would have been fine had he kept his hands down, but brought him up and took a shot to Barcelona's head there. So he's okay. We'll take the penalty. We're going to be on the power play for the next minute with 9:40 left in the second period. Throw him out of the box. All right, here we go. Kurtz wins that over to Miller. He had a head of steam coming to the net. He decides to reverse gear. He's holding it in behind. Kurtz is there. Nobody in front of it. Oh, there we go. We got Miller in front of the net. Deflect. Tries to find it. Barcelona. Oh! Barcelona had it point blank and just could not get the puck to settle down, and his shot goes way right. Woodbury on a 1-on-2 break the other way. Weigel with a great angle there to push him off the puck. Schroeder, her D pair, steps up and takes it away from him. Like a stealing candy from a baby there. Miller sends one on net, gets deflected, tries to backhand up to Barcelona, can't connect there. Woodbury has it. They look to just chip it out. And, Barcelona tries to keep it in but can't do so, so he'll regroup at center ice. He's got some room there. He'll send it back to Weigel. Weigel over to a D-pair. Grant with a nice chip right up to Kurtz. Does a good job of staying on side. Kurtz tries to make a move. Can't do so. Barcelona keeps it in. And now Woodbury's at full strength. They try to send it out. Weigel puts it in. Sends it toward net. Looking for a deflection. Can't get one. And puck comes squirting out of the zone. Cats get back on side. And here comes Pico down the right-hand side. He's got Barcelona trailing. He's got Miller sweeping toward the net. Pico gets slammed to the ice. Looked like there could have been a roughing penalty there. Not called. Woodbury sends it the other way. Puts it on net, so no icing. Weigel has it. She'll chip it up. Goes off the stick. Goes high up the glass. Weigel down to the ice, trying to smother it down there. Can't do so. Joey has it now. He tries to chip it out. Gets it just a little bit further up. Todd has it again. Gets a check to the back of the net. And that kid will go back to the box. Here we go. Keep fighting. All right. Eagan looking to capitalize on one of these now 4 power plays that we've had here early in the game. I got a good feeling here. Shots are 11-5 in favor of Eagan. Number 21 will sit in the box and think about that stick to the back of Joey's neck. All right, so we got Farley, Garcia, and Dushinsky with Grovold and Norberg as his D-pair. Dushinsky wins it, gets it back to his D-pair. It's chipped away at the last second. Grovold hustling back on the back check, does a great job getting that body out there. And there's his D-pair. Oh my goodness gracious. I just witnessed one of the worst calls in hockey. Literally called interference on a guy with the puck. Not quite sure how that happens. All right, here we go. So Eagan was on the power play. Now it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 47 seconds, and then Woodbury will go on the power play for 13. All right, let's see who we got here. We will have Farley taking the face off. He'll have Dushinsky and Forcia out there with him as wings. And it looks like Norberg's going to be your lone defenseman. Farley does a good job winning that. Norberg gets it up or back to Forcia. Forcia leaves it behind, tries to cycle it, but no one there. Shot on goal, and Dixon is there to save it. Dixon's left-hand side of it, left part of his body was glued to that left post there, so no daylight for that puck to get through. All right, 7:17 left in the second period. 35 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Woodbury wins the battle, wins the face-off to himself. Takes a shot but goes high and right. They have it again. Great job by Farley. Here he goes. He's got some ice. He's going to take it down the right-hand side. Gets to the red line and decides to dump it in, and Dushinsky will give chase. Oh, we've now got a 4-on-2 developing. Woodbury loses control of that. Great angle there by Forcia to push him off the puck. He continues to give chase. Great job by, who is that? Is that Caden? Who we got there? Is that Caden? Great job by Caden coming back over from the far side of the ice to find that guy. He'll body his man right into the boards. No checking. Good body. Hertz, Barcelona, and Forcia out there with Brovold and Norberg. All right, here we go. Barcelona coming the other way. He sends it back across ice looking for Forcia, but unable to connect. Probably would have been better served just to dump that down the ice and kill off everything. Too many! Refs just blew that one. Of course, Woodbury had their entire team on the ice there for a second, and we got no too many men called. So here we go, 5:54 left in the second period, and that icing will bring the faceoff back to the right of Dixon. Looks like we've got Kurtz, Barcinella, Miller with Schroeder and Weigel. Eagan did a good job killing off that penalty. Kurtz wins it to Barcinella. He tries to get it out of his own, can't do so. Sent over to the left side of the boards. Miller with a great job getting it up to Kurtz. He tries to get it up a little bit further, but can't do so. Schroeder pinches in from his deep position. Good stick there to draw that puck loose. Miller, Schroeder fighting along the boards. A little bit of a melee. Get the sticks down. They're going to call. There you go. They're going to take both of them, both Hank and the Woodbury kid, for roughing. I guess 5 of them over there fighting, and I'm not quite sure why they picked those two, but it seemed like a play-on type of situation, but nevertheless, they took them both. So we will go 5-on-5. We'll stay 5-on-5, and those two will spend a minute in the box. That brings out the P-Core line with Todd and Meyer. He'll win that back to Weigel. Weigel will send it up to the zone. Joey giving chase. Keeps it on his puck. Good job. Good strong stick there. He'll send it in deep, and now Eagan will give chase. P-Core with a nice stick there to recapture control. He'll battle down in the corner. Will Meyer will come over and help him out. Sticks down, boys. There you go. Eagan in the middle of a D change there. Robo just a little bit late getting out to the ice. An unfortunate bounce sends Woodbury one-on-one with Dixon. And Nate with the save of the night thus far. And now, Woodbury, after the whistle, Nate drops the puck. Woodbury continuing to hack away at Nate. Pushing, and now they'll go to the box. A second one will go to the box for another minute with roughing. Well, no surprise, these two teams are hated rivals. And so you're going to see some physicality, and Woodbury is definitely not afraid to send some into the box. So we got 28 seconds left on the roughing minors to Woodbury and Miller. And then you've got another minute on top of that with Woodbury and with another roughing minor. Meyer, Rovold, pinches, trying to hold it in. Woodbury trying to recapture control. Todd with a great job having a strong stick there. He sends it in deep. Meyer will get chase. Woodbury will reverse direction. Rovold there from his deep position. He'll get it over to Norberg. Soren regains his skates, sends one on net. Can't get the deflection, but nice little job there. Putting that on net, looking for it. And here comes Woodbury. They're just happy to get it out of the zone. Soren will take it, looks for Todd. Todd has it. He will try to chip it in deep, but it's deflected there. And here comes Forcia flying off the bench. He's going wide left, sends one on net, deflected wide right. Forcia with a good stick. He tries to send it back in front of the net, but nobody there. And here comes Woodbury the other way. We get around one defenseman, send it across the goal, try to get a second shot there, but Norberg and Todd both got a stick on that, sending it wide right. Oof. Woodbury player did a really good job of stick handling around a couple of guys, got himself a clear shot on Nate, but Nate came up big and swallowed that puck up. All right, 3:44 left in the second period. Score still 0-0. Eagan winning the shots on goal battle 14-8, but that doesn't really matter. All right, here we go. Face off one over to Schroeder. He carries in from his D. Great stick check right there. Sends it up to the middle of the ice, and we will get an icing. All right, here we go. 3:32 left in the second period. Farley, Dushinsky, and Forcia. Oof. Grant went with your standard D-to-D, but I think that Woodbury guy was a little too close for comfort for some of our fans. So anyway, Farley with a great body, putting him off, taking that kid off the puck. Swing that stick, looking to gain. Schroeder doing a good job being strong on the side of the boards. Woodbury came away with it for a second there, but Farley with a great stick gets it up to Schroeder, and Schroeder will leave it off for Forcia. He gets down the right-hand side, looking to get to his forehand. Finally does. Goes to his backhand, tries to center it, but couldn't get much on it. Farley with another good body coming up. And Woodbury's got a 3-on-2 developing. Forcia with a pretty good back check, but doesn't matter. They're offside. Who's painting their nails? Is that you? You smell the nail polish? Is that you painting your nails? Oh. All right. That brings out the Kurtz, Miller, Barcelona line, and you've got Norberg and Brovold as your D pair. Kurtz wins it back to Norberg. Norberg drops it in deep. Mood giving chase. No icing here. Good forecheck there. Miller giving chase. Circles around the board just outside his reach. Hopefully they did not. Yeah, there we go. No call there. Miller with the Miller looking to center the Barcelona, but he had his stick lifted just at the last second. Couldn't get anything on it. Norberg pinches from his D position, but the guy gets around him. So now you've got great back check. We had a 2-on-1 developing the other way, but we had 4 Eagan skaters busting butt to get back on the back check, and then Nate makes an amazing save with his stick hand just at the last second to knock that away from top shelf. All right, 2:13 left. Pecor will take the face off. He's got Brovold and Norberg as his D pair, and then Todd Meyer as his wings. All right. Soren sends it back up the ice, and here goes Todd on the chase. The icing is called off. Good forecheck, good F1, good F2. Meyer there. He pokes it away. He possesses. Gets it out to Norberg. He'll send one on net. Looking for a deflection. Gets it momentarily, but again, just not out in front of the net or just not quick enough to the rebound to do any damage. Got to put a little more pressure on this goalie here. All right, Pecor on the face-off. Woodbury will take possession of that puck, and they'll go the other way. Great body by Norberg, pushing that kid off the puck. His D pair, Brovold, will spin, turn it the other way. I think he thought he had somebody on the boards, but it was a Woodbury guy. And here comes Todd the other way. He's got Norberg with him on the right-hand side if he slides it over. Tried to take it the last second. And there we go. Woodbury again comes in with a ill-advised just stick to Norberg's face or shoulder. And unbelievable. The ref sitting there right in front of the play did not call it, but the ref on the other side of the ice did. So Woodbury, once again, not looking for fair play points tonight, will head back to the box, and Eagan will go back on the power play for another minute. Minute 18 left here in the second period. Let's see if Woodbury can put something on the board. Garcia over the shoulder. Schroeder gets it over to Weigel. Weigel with the shot. Farley and Duchinski were waiting that time for the rebound. Didn't come. Woodbury gobbled that up. Nice shot on goal there by Weigel. They're trying to look for that rebound. Farley, let's see if he can win another one. Woodbury. Oh, no. Farley wins that one. Tries to get on his stick. Can't do so. Garcia tries to go to his backhand. Almost goes 5-hole, but he shut that down pretty quick. And here comes Woodbury the other way. They don't have numbers. They're 1-on-3, but they seem to make it work. Kids looking for a streaking Maurer coming across the crease there. And Dixon again stands tall. Eagan chips it out to center ice. We've got 22 seconds left on this power play, and Woodbury's done a great job of killing it off. Get another shot on goal. Just wide right. Let's see what we got here. It looks like Garcia coming up the sideboards. Tries to get it out. Woodbury pinches. Weigel finally does so. And there's 5 seconds left on this power play. Oh! Woodbury loses an edge. Otto comes down, streaking down the right-hand side. Streaking, center. Garcia. Oh! Garcia went to the backhand, but Woodbury had a stick right in his way. He just couldn't get anything on it. All the parents up here in the stand saw a wide open net, and Caden tried desperately to get that shot off and just could not get it over that guy's stick. Nevertheless, a lot of pressure on the goalie the last couple of minutes, and that's what we need if we're going to take this victory. So this game, am I dead? Yep. All right. Here we go, the start of the third period. That'll bring the Kurtz line out there with Barcelona, Miller, and Brovold and Norberg as your D pair. I'll tell you what, this game is a hell of a lot different than our first game, where Eagan carried a 7-4 lead into the third period and wound up losing 10-7, something of that nature. So a lot less high scoring, but I'll tell you, just as intense. All right, Miller gets it up. Woodbury sends it over into the zone. Norberg does a great job pinching in from where he's at. Barcelona tries to reverse directions, gets it up to Kurtz. Kurtz will chip and chase. And does puck comes squirting out into the center ice. Barcelona gets it up to Kurtz. He'll push it up to him. Kurtz gets taken down for his efforts. Gets it over to Miller. Miller tries to backhand. Nothing there. Miller again, a forehand shot on Barcelona's stick. Barcelona looking, can't get there. Still shooting. Barcelona and Miller just ping-ponging the puck around. Kurtzy gets it, tries to center back to those guys, and Brovold chips to try and get something started there. And now Norberg's a little bit on an island, forces the guy wide right, which is the perfect idea. He couldn't get much on that backhand shot, and now he'll get chased with the pressure, keep pressure on the board, gets it up to Barcelona. Barcelona chips it out, and now you got Pecor with a streaking Miller on the left-hand side. He doesn't see him, and ultimately gets the puck taken away. And here comes Woodbury on a 2-on-2 with Miller skating hard back, and now it's a 2-on-3. Hey, great job at practice tonight.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sorry, just needed to have a quick dad moment. Let my little Mike know he did a good job hustling at practice tonight. All right. Meyer with it down the side. He's going to take it to his forehand down the left. He's going to put it on that goalie. Gets tipped away at the last second. Oh! Meyer centers for Todd and just bounced right over his stick. Schroeder looked to keep it in there. Unfortunately, went off a Woodbury pad, and they had a breakaway the other way. They sent it right along the ice, and we'll have icing called, and that'll come back down to the other end or to the left side of Dixon. All right, 9:41 left in the third period. Shot total: Eagan 20, Woodbury 9. But again, that means nothing because one ill-controlled puck could go bouncing into the net. All right, Eagan wins that. Grovel from his defensive position will take the ice, and he will send it. Look to send it deep, but can't do so. Now he'll go ahead and send it up the boards. First, he's got Forcia, gets it onto Farley's stick. Farley will try to make something happen there. Can't. Oh, Forcia with a great backhand. Oh! Forcia with a backhand pass puts it right on the tape of Farley, who tries to go blind backhand shot to the goalie. Just misses. Eagan again with some great pressure, puts one out in front of the net. That's tipped wide. Norberg sends one. Goalie not looking. Oh my God! Norberg sends one to the net. The goalie couldn't see the puck and just smacked him right in the chest. He wasn't looking. Goalie has lost his stick. Oh, Eagan with some great pressure. This line, this Farley, Forcia, Dushinsky, Grover, Norberg line doing a great job. All right, Grover, circles, loses an edge. Woodbury there, tries to get it, wrap around, can't do so. And now Dixon smothers that, and it's really hard to keep you cool on those shots. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, look at it. All right, P4 wings that back to Weigel. Weigel will send it around the boards over to Todd. Todd will look to chip it up, gets deflected. He's fighting along there. Good pressure there. Good pressure. Weigel steps up. And let's see, P4 comes away with it. He comes streaking to the center ice. Looks to toe drag. Can't do so. Backhands and at least gets that out of the zone. Okay, we go D to D right there. Oh! Joey steps up. Good pressure. Sends one high. Looking for the deflection. Oh! Puck lands. He's straight up in the air. Lands right at the skates of the goalie. And once again, Eagan not able to put that one in. Oh! Schroeder with a great shot on goal. Looking for the tip. Gets it from Todd, but that goes way down, way off to the left. And Woodbury, here they come the other way. Eagan got to be careful not to apply so much pressure that they forget to get back on defense. So Joey with some nifty moves, sends one on net, deflected. Decor with the turnaround forehand just off to the left. Holy cow. All right. Woodbury unable to get anything started. Eagan with some tremendous pressure. Weigel circling. Gives it back to her deep partner, Schroeder, who will take it around the net. He's surveying, looking to break out. Gets it up to P4. He can't control it. Woodbury goes wide left. Takes a shot. Dixon unable to control. Bouncing in front of the net. And that will come out to center ice. And here you go. You got Meyer with a 1-on-4. Somehow comes away with it. Loses an edge at the last second. And here comes Woodbury the other way. All right. Over to Norberg. Norberg with a really quick pass over to Kurtz. Kurtz tries to center. Nobody there. Barcelona on the forecheck. Little fly pressure to Woodbury. Norberg sets up. Sends one on goal. Not able to get there. Eagan. Just a ton. Oh, my dear Lord, have mercy. And send them. Send them. I don't mind telling you that that's the second penalty that Hank should not be sitting in the box for, but who am I? And then behind the play, when nobody was looking, there was some pushing and shoving there between two players in Barcelona, and nothing got called there. And so Coach Dixon's going to say, hey, you guys got to keep your head on a swivel here. You got to watch. 10 players on the ice. Got to look for something. All right, here we go. We've got 6:33 left in the third period. Woodbury's going to be on the power play for the next minute. We've got Farley taking the face off with Forcia and Dushinsky, and now Brovold as his main defenseman. Otto will skate it up, and Woodbury will put it back throw it back into the zone, but offsides will be called. Coach Pecor over there giving some sage advice to Otto. When we're down a man, probably best just to float that one into the zone and let them beat up the clock. All right, Otto does a great job getting that one out of the zone. Woodbury will apply pressure. Otto steps up, takes it off his stick, and chips it right back out again. Perfect job. 40 seconds left on this power play. Woodbury overskates the puck. Farley gets it, looks to backhand. Woodbury coming through with some speed through center ice. Brovold with a great back check, great stick there, takes it away. Puck comes behind the net. Brovold battling, he's got it there. Loses possession quickly, but good body there. Woodbury comes out. Circling. Shot from the point, gets deflected by Garcia. And now here he comes the other way. This kid threw his stick at the kid. Kid threw his stick at Forcia. Puck winds up coming to Todd right out front. Rebound to Farley, and well, not sure what you guys are seeing at home, but I think ultimately Woodbury winds up in the box, which is a good thing, but we had one player just throw his stick at Caden as he was skating off. Nothing called there. Another kid slammed into the board. Nothing called there, and then they get him on the knick-knack hook. But anyway, Eagan will go on the power play for the next minute. Woodbury wins that, and here they come with a full head of speed down the other end of the ice. Weigel with a good angle, just couldn't hold it. They come down, come right across the crease, and go 5-0 on Dixon. And Woodbury goes up 1-0. Like I said, Eagan up 29-12 on shots, but down 1-0 where it counts. Still 51 seconds on that Woodbury penalty, so plenty of time for Eagan to come back down and score. All right, let's see. Pecor not able to control that face-off. Shorter has it. He'll go back. Circles, looks, gets it up to Meyer. Meyer chips. Now he has possession. He's got Pecor on his right. He's got Todd even further. Meyer sends it across. Deflected off the boards. Oh, Schroeder with a shot deflected wide by the Woodbury guy. Meyer with another shot. Lying right out in front of that net and just could not get our sticks on it. Schroeder flings another one out there, and here comes Woodbury the other way with 3-on-2. Weigel angling. Woodbury throws it out to the front of the net, but nobody there. And here comes Pecor with a head of steam the other way. He gets around one defender. If Todd can get with him, we'll have an even number 2-on-2. And there you go. Pecor, speed kills. Comes down the other way, and he winds up getting tripped as a result. So Eagan will go on the power play again. Down 1-0. Up on shots 31-12, but down 1-0 where it counts on the scoreboard. 4:20 left here in the third period. All right, that'll bring out Kurtz, Miller, Barcelona, Brovold, Norberg as your D pair. All right, here we go, boys. This is it. Right here, right now. Miller gets possession. Takes it around. Hustling. Good forecheck. Woodbury pokes it away, comes away with it. Brovold unable to keep it in. He'll circle, look back to his D pair, Norberg. Norberg up to Barcelona. Barcelona kicks it up to his stick. He'll throw one on Tried to throw one on net. Gets deflected by Woodbury. Kurtz with the backhand. Miller with the backhand. Grovold pinches in. He'll regain possession of that puck up to Kurtz. Comes squirting back out. Here comes Barcelona on the F2, trying to keep that puck in. Does a good job there. Grovold holds it, sends it over. Oh, tried to send it over to his D, get deflected. And here comes, just offside. All right, 19 seconds left in this power play. Eagan still down 1-0 with 3:36 left in the third period. All right, we got Farley, Forcia, Dushinsky, Weigel, Schroeder, your D pair. Jackson wins it over to Caden. Caden sends it across, looking for Jackson again, just outside of his stick. Otto gets it, sends it back to his D. Grant will fling it across the crease, looking for a stick, couldn't find one. Weigel will keep it deep. She pinches in from her D position. Caden does a great job covering for her. He tries to pinch in and can't be there. And now... Oh. Wow. Great save by Dixon. Great save. I don't know if you guys could tell at home, but that was a whistling. And he caught that damn near behind his neck. Great glove save by Nate. Keep the score at 1-0. All right. 3:07 left here in the third period. We've got... Let's see, we got Pecor, Meyer, Todd, with Weigel and Schroeder as the depot. Pecor wins that over the Schroeder. Schroeder gains possession. This is something across the boards. Pecor can't gain possession. Weigel has it. He'll cycle behind the net, get it over to Todd. Todd can't maintain possession, but he's fighting along the boards to keep possession. Schroeder gets on that, comes behind the net. He's looking up for Meyer. Meyer pokes it up to Pecor. Pecor's got Joey trailing if he wants to leave it for him. He sends one on net. Oh, just slides to the left-hand side of the goalie. Weigel sends another one there. Gets deflected by Pecor again. Schroeder, he's going to pinch in from his D position. He gets it over to Pecor. Pecor handily gets it over to Will with the backhand. Pecor gets it. Oh! Had it on his forehand, and the puck just goes wide left. Oof. All right, here we go. Meyer has it, gets it out to Schroeder. Schroeder looking for a deflection, comes off the Woodbury skate, and here they come. And they are a bunch of dead skaters, and so they are content just to throw that down for icing, and that will come out to the right-hand side of the Woodbury goalie. Man, oh man, Eagan out shooting Woodbury 32-13. We certainly deserve a hell of a lot more goals, and we probably certainly deserve to win, but what you deserve and what you get are two different things. Let's go, boys. Here we go, right now. All right, you got Kurtz, Miller, Barcelona. Looks like we're going empty net. We got Farley, Grovold, Norberg. Miller with a shot high. Barcelona gets there first, tries to get it into the center. Can't do so, deflected. Farley keeps it in, over to Miller. Miller with the shot. Eagan celebrating as if we won. We got to get back up and score another one here, boys. Great call by Coach Dixon to pull Nate. Brings in Farley. Eagan hustling down in the corner. Little ping pong action. Great passing. Winds up on the stick of Miller. And he finally gets a goal, making up for those two terrible penalties called against him. All right, here we go. We got Forcia, Farley. Farley wins it over to Norberg. Norberg gets it up to Dushinsky. Dushinsky chips it up. He's got Farley streaking down the middle. Farley gets the one time. And he goes! Woo! What a play. What a play. What a play. What a one-time goal by Farley to give Eagan the 2-1 lead with 1 minute and 38 seconds to go. I don't know if you can tell, but all the Woodbury, there seems to be a lot of Woodbury kids sitting behind their net, and they all Got quieted really quick with that one time. All right, let's hold him here, boys. Meyer. Oh, Meyer. Oh. Man, oh man. Man, you don't see that very often. That goalie's eyes had to be the size of saucers seeing Will come right down on him right there. Good save by him though. All right, Pecor with the face off. Pecor wins it back to Schroeder. Schroeder chips it up. Meyer, Pecor looking to keep it in. Woodbury comes away with it. And here they come with some ice and speed the other way. In reverse direction. Stay on side. Coming down. Good stick by Pecor. Good stick. Great job by Meyer. They'll try to stay on side. They do. Woodbury's going empty net with a minute left. And here they come. Full head of steam. Toe drag. And they score. Wow. Great move. Look. Good effort. We did everything we could. The kid just put it in. It was a great move. And they'll celebrate on the bench over there. All right. 2-2. 53 seconds left. 2-2. All right. Kurtz, Barcelona, Miller, Grover, Norberg versus Woodbury. Here we go. Woodbury comes away with it. All right, Miller's got it. He's got some speed. He's coming across. He's coming down the left-hand side. He gets bodied off the puck, but there's Kurtz coming back in, trying to keep it in. Can't do so. Grovold steps up, pinches in from his deep position. He's trying to poke it in. Grovold comes away with it. 28 seconds left. Woodbury comes away, sends it up the ice, poked away by Barcelona at the last second. Soren does a great job stepping up. Grovold with the great back check last second there. Woodbury sends it up ice. Oof, deflection out front. Doesn't go. Centering pass to 34. He just scored the game-tying goal. And that comes right in the breadbasket of Dixon. Loses it for a second and dives back on. All right, here we go. 7 seconds left in the third period. 34-15. Farley. Woodbury will win that face-off. They'll swing it into the corner. Give chase. 2 seconds. 1 second. And that's the game. Woodbury and Eagan, after a hard-fought battle, come away with a point each. I'll tell you what, great game all around. We will see you next time.